It's time to feel the rage! Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies and theater streaming and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim. Hey there, Jim.
Hey, Bryce.
And where's Murray? Murray!
Murray.
I don't think Murray's here.
Murray?
Where's Murray?
No, he's working.
Working again. All work and no play.
Makes Murray a dull boy.
Yeah, it does. So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on!
Well, thanks to all who've been supporting us. If you love our independent podcast, please like, subscribe, share, and give us a 5-star rating on your listening platform. Or support us and join the Film Rage community by joining your membership at buymeacoffee.com/FilmRageYYC. If you cannot commit to a membership, you can still buy us a movie rental and dare us to see a terrible film. And we will watch it if it played anywhere in a cinema in the world. Even Czechoslovakia, which doesn't exist.
No.
But if it did exist, when it was there, we would watch it. Now, let's get to raging. But first, here's a word from our sponsor.
Hey Bryce, what are you doing tonight?
I'm going to my favorite cinema, Canyon Meadows Cinema, to see the best second-run movies at the best price.
What? How inexpensive are they?
Regular price is $5.
Regular price is $5. Makes me hope they also serve pizza.
They do, plus a lot of other great food choices. Plus, I'm planning my office Christmas party there. They can host a plethora of options for any get-together. Gaming, movie, drag show.
Drag show? Now I know where I'm planning my next party.
Hey, maybe you think there's a Liam Neeson or a superhero movie planned?
I hope not. But maybe there'll be a great independent documentary.
Sure. Call CMC at 403-670-5444 to book a special event or go online at canyonmeadowscinema.ca. So I guess we're jumping right into it because I don't think there's any Merman predicts, or did you get some lowdown on that?
No, the merman is so working, he can't even send me messages.
Wow. That's working.
He's the worst.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So
and not like Bratwurst. He's just the worst.
Yeah, well, Bratwurst is kind of the worst too, so it's gross.
Unless they make vegan Bratwurst, but
Yes.
that's probably not a thing.
All right. So what'd we see?
We saw a movie called Pricilla.
Oh, yeah. We did see a Pricilla.
And it wasn't Queen of the Desert either. It was a different
No,
Pricilla.
it's the less interesting.
Still a Queen of the Desert?
The way less interesting Pricilla. Yeah. Pricilla is the latest from Sophia Coppola. It is the story of young Pricilla Presley, starting with the first time she met Elvis. The performances, what were their names? Who played Priscilla Presley? I don't even remember.
The Priscilla adjacent person who was like too short, I think, to play.
Yeah, she was
Priscilla.
like tiny. She was like a elfling.
A little person.
What was her name?
Yeah, it was Haley Spaney or Spanny.
Okay, Haley Spanny. She was okay. I mean, whatever.
She was a little short for
dude that
Priscilla,
played Elvis. What's his name?
Jacob Elordi.
Wow, I think you're butchering his name, but we'll just go with it.
Sure, it's whatever. Okay, how would you pronounce Elordi?
Elordi. But
Yeah,
I wouldn't sit there and stutter. Elordi. Just Elordi.
I was thinking it kind of looked like Elvish when I looked at it quickly, and seeing as how she was kind of Elvish, then it felt he was an elf.
I actually thought he did a good job. His portrayal managed to nail the mannerisms of Elvis without coming across as like a standard impression. So that was good. The actors were fine. But they're in a movie that I don't think really needed to be made because it's boring. Who cares? Like, really, does anybody care about... I didn't. It's the story of a sullen, spoiled teenager and a creepy old man who takes advantage of her adolescence ideals. So it's just basically just a creep fest from start to finish, but it's not really creepy enough because it's just creepy, It's not like entertaining creepy. It's just creepy. So that's not cool. And yeah, so you basically got 2 hours of whatever her name was. It was playing Pricilla, pouting.
Do you want me to say?
I don't care anymore. And then you got Buddy playing Elvis, doing it well, mind you. I honestly, he's one of the better Elvises that I've ever seen, to be honest, because he wasn't sitting there trying to ham it up like most of them.
I didn't think that that Elvis looked like Lurch from the Addams Family, though. I mean, this guy was like 18 feet tall.
He was pretty tall. Well, and it's odd casting because you've got giant man and little
giant
tiny and little tiny Pricilla. It's like they cast Elvis like a half a foot taller than he actually was, and they cast Pricilla probably about a half a foot shorter than she was, which made it look like this giant and this little tiny doll, which made it even more creepy. At the end of the day, this was so disappointing. I was really looking forward to Pricilla. Sophia Coppola has been pretty hit and miss with me. I'm not even sure why I was looking forward to this. I just had a feeling it was going to be good. But the problem is, it's based on subject matter that's boring. It's so... You sit there and you watch her sitting on the sofa, standing there looking spacey out the window. It's just like, what am I watching? How is this 2 hours worth of movie? How is this based on a book? This is what was in the book? Oh my God, this must have been a 12-page book because nothing happened. Anyways, it was a rage.
Oh, wow. Who knew? Because, I mean, you've been pretty hot for Sophia Coppola for a while.
I like Sophia Coppola, but I don't know. It just didn't blend with me.
It didn't blend? All right. Well, let me tell you what I thought of Pricilla, not the Queen of the Desert.
Go for it.
So imagine the most depressing world you could ever live in.
Yep.
Now, imagine you're married to an egomaniacal, womanizing pedophile who groomed you since you were 15 to be his housemaiden and controlled everything of your life, from the clothes you wear to how you wear your makeup to what color your hair is. Now, imagine your name is Pricilla Presley.
Okay. I'm Pricilla Presley.
There you go. This is the movie. This movie is not going to be loved by viewers who blindly believe that Elvis was the greatest person that ever lived.
No.
I have a feeling this is going to generate a lot of rage towards Pricilla Presley. I'm just saying.
But she already wrote the book.
Yeah, she wrote the book
a long time ago.
Yeah. This does, however, appears to be the portrait of a woman manipulated from the time they were 15 to be everything Elvis wanted her to be. Based on the book Elvis and Me by Pricilla Presley, Sophia Coppola gives us a harrowing and terrifying look at the monster that Elvis Presley was to his child-groomed bride. It is depressing and sad at times, sadistic and cruel, and at no point was it painted with rose-colored glasses. No, not at all. Not once. At times, it did seem that they did have special times together. I don't know what those exactly were, but definitely not a life anyone could have imagined the wife of one of the superstars of rock lived under. The atmosphere, colors, and style of this film, it was done so well with the muted colors and stylized era shots of Elvis and Pricilla. In addition, there was no focus at all on the music throughout the entire film. Although the closing song, written and performed by Dolly Parton, "I Will Always Love You," is pertinent and captured the ending beautifully. This film does a great job of letting us know for the most part, what Pricilla felt and went through in her marriage. At 2 hours long, I did feel that the ending of how this got to the end of the film was missing big chunks of Priscilla's life that I think another hour of filming might have captured better. I enjoyed the realness of this film, but I felt it was missing the complete story. And to be honest, at about 2/3 of the way through the film, I was kind of losing interest because I already knew how things ended.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, at 2/3 in, it took me 2/3 in.
It took me about 20 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah. After all, it is one of the most known biopics to ever be written. I don't say this very often. Pricilla the biopic, you maybe needed to be longer.
No.
I'm just saying. But I have said this many times before. It is a biopic.
Yes.
And surprisingly, it's a meh.
Okay.
I didn't hate it as much as you did.
I just hated it because it was so bloody long and nothing happened. You're saying that we need another hour. Well, we need to just put what was supposed to be in that hour in the first 2 hours, and it probably would have been okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Because
I kind of want to know more of the story, but okay. So here's what I did like about this movie. I love the style, the stylized shooting.
There's the thing. Here's the thing. She is a good filmmaker. Yeah, the acting was good. She is a very good filmmaker. She made a boring movie, though. Yes,
but that usually you like boring movies, so I'm a little surprised you gave this all the way to a rage.
See, I like the style. I like the actors. No, I don't like boring movies.
No, you do like boring movies. Some really terribly
boring movies where not a lot of stuff happens, but better than this.
Yeah, which is exactly this movie.
Well, yeah, except better than this.
Okay. Well, so I'm gonna say I really like the style, and I love the acting. I thought they all did a great job, although I couldn't get my head wrapped around the fact we had basically Bjork and Lurch from the Addams Family married as Elvis and Pricilla.
That was weird.
It was just so weird, but it made it even more creepy and unsettling. Which
maybe that was the point.
To be quite honest, and you know what? I think that is the point. Number one, and number two, I kind of liked being so creeped out by it. Right from the very beginning, I had I'm not sure if this is the perception that Priscilla Presley wanted, but right from moment one, if you're not fucking creeped out by Elvis, then there's something wrong with you. Because this movie really took me to a place of thinking, first off, it had the drudgery of Priscilla's life, part one. Part two, I'm thinking, this is the most awful life anyone could ever have. And you're married to Elvis, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
So I kind of liked it about that because after watching it, I felt icky. I was just watching
There's
this
no question.
ickiness happen. Yeah, so to me, if I felt something, I wasn't going to hate it.
Well, the thing is, if I felt icky and I was entertained in any way, or not even entertained, but just taken in any way, I'd be at least a meh. But I just felt icky and empty. So
that's
rage.
You usually feel empty. So that's no
well, I'm dead inside. What do you want from me?
Barely nothing. All right, so the other thing we got to see.
What? We saw another movie?
We did. It's called Fingernails.
Oh, yeah.
And remember, we saw that in cinemas because it came out on VOD at the same time that it went to the cinemas. Right?
Yes, sir.
We saw this in cinemas.
Yes, sir.
Murray. Jessie Buckley.
Yes.
I'm in love with her.
I love Jessie Buckley.
She is awesome.
Yep.
Apparently, she is awesome in everything and has so much range. She's basically all I ever want to see now, and I hope that she makes a movie every week. Plus, apparently, she also makes good choices. And sometime we may have to talk about her on the list, but not today. No. And then there's Luke Wilson.
Your buddy.
That's all I have to say. I'm kind of tired of Luke Wilson being Luke Wilson in every movie.
You know what? He was the tiniest bit not quite as Luke Wilson as he usually is. He wasn't full on Luke Wilson. He was like 85% Luke Wilson.
You know what? It doesn't matter the raging range of Luke Wilson.
I love Luke Wilson.
Just a level. It's a level of Luke Wilson that I'm now tired of.
He's the second most adorable Wilson.
And he's now the third lovable Wilson. I am much better, and I am way more in love with his brother. No, he's number 3 on my list now because I'm tired of seeing him. That's all I'm going to say.
I like him.
This is the story of a future where there is a test.
Yes.
That you take with your significant other that will tell you if you are positive for love. I'm already interested. And Bryce, when can we take this test?
Yeah, I'm in. I'll pull off a fingernail. We'll put it in the little machine.
All right.
We'll see if we're right for each other.
Let's do it. But let's unpack the elephant in the room. Yes, Riz Ahmed is in this.
Yep.
And as much as I love Jesse Buckley, I love him even more.
Yeah.
What did they do? Just cast this movie just for me? Oh, wait. There was Luke Wilson in this, right?
Yeah, they casted it for me.
Yeah, they cast... Exactly. They casted it for you. Now, Jessie has tested positive with her man, and Riz has supposedly tested positive with his woman, maybe, but all of a sudden, they start to fall in love. What?
No, you got to take the test. You can't just fall in love.
How is this possible? This is a world where love songs are transposed into French, which is what all love songs are supposed to be in, and you can attend seminars to be more in love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Bryce, when are we scheduled for our seminar?
I don't know. If you schedule it, I'll show up. You know I'm always there for you.
It's true. You are. Seeing two people fall in love was, well, no, not just two people fall in love. Seeing two people that I'm in love with fall in love was pretty satisfying. I have seen romance films. I've seen rom-coms. I've seen dramance films, but never a sci-fi romance or a sci-mance film. I think this is the first sci-mance film I've ever seen.
Sci-mance.
Apparently, that is the magic ingredient in a romance film. The fact that two of my current favorite actors are in this made it even more rewarding. This is the first sci-mance film I've seen, and it is the first Mondo I'll be giving out for this genre.
So far, sci-mance is 100% Mondo.
Mondo. That's right.
It can't. Why isn't everybody making sci-mances? You can't miss.
I know. It's the thing of the future. So, and that speaks to science. All right. What did you think of this sci-mance film?
I liked it a lot.
All right.
Honestly, it's gotten to the point where, and it's so stupid. You know how people are always saying, "Oh yeah, I could watch the so and so read the phone book," and Riz Ahmed, I can watch do anything now, and it's so cliche. But honestly, there is just something about this guy's eyes, the way he uses his face. It's crazy, and just the inflection in his voice. Like, he is so good and encapsulates every single role that he's in so perfectly. He's awesome. And as you mentioned, Jesse Buckley.
He's got so much range. He has so much range.
Yeah, and Jesse Buckley, she just every time I see her on screen, I'm just more and more impressed with her. She is just awesome as well. As I say, this movie seemed to be made for me. It had a pace that was Bryce just for Bryce. Everything you said was absolutely true. I loved it. I don't have that much. I just be echoing everything that you've already said, honestly, because I enjoyed it just as much as you. Who knows? Maybe even more. It's possible.
What?
So it was totally Mondo.
You know what I really appreciated about this is the ending. Like, it was just like,
so
it ends and you're just like so satisfying.
Yeah.
We don't want to spoil that for people, but And just like some of the concept behind it, like the characters they bring in that are
you know what, we sit here and we're always preaching that we want to see some originality in film, and bam, there it is.
Yep. And Apple really does, like, I feel that Apple has a higher percentage for a large studio
so far
of putting out solid stuff. I mean, their series that they put out.
Yeah. I haven't watched any of their series, but almost every Apple film has at least been worth watching. I don't know that they're quite up to A24 yet, but they're putting out some solid stuff. Although A24 has got an interesting movie coming out soon that I'm like, this might be the one that brings them down. It's a wrestling biopic.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
About the Von Erichs.
It looks, you know what? I'm already in love with that. Like the trailer alone made me want to see that movie.
I totally want to see it, and it's either going to be like one of the greatest movies ever, or it's going to fall flat on its face. I am not mad at that movie. That movie will not be a mad. It's either going to be a Mondo or a Rage. There's no in between.
I'm telling you already. I know it's going to be a Mondo because it just looks so good.
Yeah, I think I'm actually going to. Now we're going off topic. We got this awesome movie. I'm sitting here talking about some movie is coming out like December 20th.
Another A24. Yes. But you know what? Here's the thing. In regards to sci-fi in particular, so I think A24 is not normally known for sci-fi, but it's done more sci-fi recently, and Apple seems to be the kings of sci-fi these days. Like they do nothing but great sci-fi. So, yeah. And you know what? Unfortunately, I was going to put Jessie Buckley up for Mesmerizing, but then I also realized we don't have Riz Ahmed on as Mesmerizing yet. So when we put him on, he's just going to take her off anyway.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, by the way, we might as well get that out of the way later on.
Yeah. Here's a hint.
Let's just do it.
We're going to talk about it later.
It doesn't matter who nominates. It's happening. But we'll do it officially in about 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I don't know what it is.
Maybe even 5.
Maybe even. What else you got to say about that? I loved it. It was so good.
Yeah, I think it has such a slow build to it that it just kind of, you absorb, and it's mostly her story. Like it's Jessie Buckley's story.
Oh, totally.
And she can just carry. Seeing her in Men, like recently, that she just has this ability to lead the screen, and just, other than if Riz Ahmed wasn't in this, destroy every single person in her wake. Yeah. But she's so lovable.
Yeah.
I would love to see her alongside some other of her same age that we would probably put in sort of that Mesmerized list as well. Mm-hmm. There's not very many, and that actually people in general that are of that age that have made our list, right? So
yes, well, maybe in like 15 years we'll forget that she was in this movie with Riz Ahmed, and she'll end up on anyways.
No, we won't forget.
We won't forget this.
I don't think once Riz Ahmed's on, he's never probably getting off. Like.
No, I'm just saying, if we forget that Jessie Buckley was in a movie with Riz Ahmed because it's like 15 years later, we might nominate her and but I probably will go, no, she was in that Riz Ahmed movie.
Exactly.
She gone.
All
right. Boop, boop, boop.
Temperature rising. Vision blurring. Rage taking over.
I'm just digging this music.
It's so good, right? Has it ever sounded better to you?
Never. The saddest thing that I have is, I don't have a lot of rage this week, other than I've never really cared much about Elvis, but if this biopic told by Priscilla Presley is true. It's one of the creepiest stories, and like now I'll never listen to an Elvis song and not think you are a creepy pedophile. And even you know what? I think they tried to make it sound like, he didn't have sex with her at 15. He kept telling her, "No, we can't have sex," and I'm not thinking that that's still a good reason. I'm just gonna
mind bleep you instead.
Yeah, instead, yeah. But he's also just groomed her. Like,
oh, totally.
He was obviously a pedophile. He started grooming her at the age of 15, and it's creepy as fuck. So my rage this week is Elvis Presley. Go fuck yourself.
That's fair.
Yeah. People may hate me, but.
My rage this week is me, because I really think I probably should have liked Pricilla more than I did. I don't know, maybe I was just in a frame of mind, maybe I was expecting something different. I don't know what I would have been expecting, but I honestly, in the moment, I really just did not enjoy that movie at all. And you're right, it's the type of movie that I should like, but I didn't. Yeah, that's just the way it is. I honestly think that I will watch this movie again someday, maybe in like 5 or 10 years, and I'll probably go, what was I thinking? But as of now, it's still a rage.
So I'm confused. You're raging at yourself for giving this a rage?
Yes!
Weird. Okay.
So what do you have to say about that, tough guy?
I will say, I'm changing my rage because you're an idiot.
Fair enough.
Rage subsiding. Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
All right. We have the lists. And for those of you who have not heard us before, go to our website, and it's filmrageyyc.com, and look at our page called The Lists. There is 5 lists.
Is there 5?
There is Repulsive. There's 5.
How is there 5?
There's 5.
That's too many lists.
No, I love lists. I like spreadsheets too. They don't call me Jimmy Spreadsheets for nothing.
All right.
So we have the Repulsive, and the reverse of that is the Mesmerized. We have the Doubted, and we have the Undoubted. And then we have the recently removed from the Mesmerized list, who means that these were people where at once thought to be fully and wholly mesmerized, but then they ran into somebody that took them out. Or it was just a mass exodus because we went, they're no longer mesmerized.
Yeah. It
Which
happens.
happened over a few. Yeah, it happens. Sometimes you can't stay on forever. Yeah, so the Myrrh got us to see the movie called The Yards.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen this. Like, I think I'd seen this when it came out, but I hadn't seen it since.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought.
No.
Well, I didn't. I mean, it wasn't Mondo, but I thought that Mark Wahlberg's performance in this was the best I've ever seen him.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I don't really like him. So
I don't know. He's just
I thought he did a good job.
He
As
just
a
did-
dramatic role,
He was just pouty poopy face for the whole thing. He was a pouty poopy face. I gotta put my pouty poopy face on and just leave my pouty poopy face on. He was like one note.
Okay.
He was like pouty poopy face all the time.
Yeah, so
Just saying.
it's okay.
Well,
He did a pretty good job at Party Poopy Face. Whatever.
He did a fair job at pouty poopy face.
Yeah, he's literally the best Mark
whatever.
Wahlberg I've ever seen.
We're not here to talk about Mark Wahlberg. Nobody
Yeah,
cares
it's a good
about
idea.
Mark Wahlberg.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
So But we are going to talk about the mesmerizing Ellen Burstyn versus the mesmerizing Joaquin Phoenix.
Indeed.
And
okay, wait. What? Don't go anywhere.
What?
Okay.
All right.
I didn't see the whole movie. I fell asleep a little over an hour into it. Now, all I need to know is in the last 35, 40 minutes, is Ellen Burstyn in it again? And does she have any type of scene that I should see before making a decision?
Further decision. There is one scene in it that it's not the best scene. So
okay.
she
So what I've seen her at her best going into the back half of the movie.
Ish.
Okay.
See, for me, Joaquin Phoenix just crushed her anyway.
Oh, that's why I'm saying Joaquin Phoenix, but I don't, I remember this movie. I remember how I remember the whole movie. Like once I started watching it, the whole movie rolled back, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember all this. But I don't remember. Like for some reason, I remember her maybe having another scene towards the end that was. She
did have one that was a scene, but it wasn't fantastic.
Anything. Okay, so if she didn't do anything, I think I can honestly say that Joaquin Phoenix was more mesmerizing. Yeah. I don't need to.
Well,
because I really don't want to watch it.
Because he was consistent through the whole movie.
Yeah.
He was consistent through the whole movie. And she was just kind of there. I don't think she dialed it in, but
no. And it wasn't the juiciest role ever, but she didn't really. I don't think she dialed it in either, but she also didn't go above and beyond. She didn't
Ellen Burstyn it.
She didn't Ellen Burstyn it. Like Ellen Burstyn, sometimes she's just there, and it's like, wow, she's still stealing that scene.
Yeah.
Like in the Last Picture Show, she just had to be on screen.
There's been quite a few in The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, well, that makes me super sad, by the way, because I love Ellen Burstyn.
But you know what's not going to make you sad?
What's that?
Adding Riz Ahmed on.
Yeah, he's so freaking mesmerizing. He's like at the upper echelon of mesmerizing. Like it's like if I had to rank them all, I mean, he'd be like. Got to be near the top. Like I would love someday. I hope that him and Frances McDormand and Viola Davis are like in one movie, so it can so that my mind can just explode in my head and just ooze out my ears.
Here, let's have it be the day that Daniel Day-Lewis comes out of retirement. Wouldn't that be the movie to see?
Frickin' Daniel Day-Lewis. My God, that's an actor. Right? Yeah, he's almost as good as Ben Affleck.
Oh my God. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go throw up a little bit, but that's not what it is. And
they're different. They're different.
Yeah, they're very, very different. Ben Affleck is not mesmerizing.
I don't know about that, Jim.
And Daniel Day-Lewis is very mesmerizing.
Wow, that's undoubted.
Exactly.
I love Daniel Day-Lewis.
Who doesn't?
Anyways, Riz Ahmed officially on the mesmerizing list, where he belongs, where he probably will be for a very long time. And I'm pretty happy about that. You are correct, sir. You are correct.
We're sad to see Ellen go, but it's glad to see someone take her place.
Yes.
So much for us reducing the list.
There we go. All right.
Last week on Rage or Dare, Jim was thrown to the dogs by yours truly, the God of Rage, when he picked the 2006 remake of The Shaggy Dog, starring Tim Allen. Interesting. This week, our two lovable idiots, one lovable and another one not nearly as lovable, get to Rage or Dare or KC. Now, let's check in with Jim and see if the star-studded cast of The Shaggy Dog, and that is not a joke, this film has Robert Downey Jr., Danny Glover, Jane Curtin, Rhea Seehorn, Craig Kilborn, come on, Craig Killborn, people. But will it be enough to make Jim as playful as a puppy, or will his experience be more like an illegal dog fighting ring?
Whoa! 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 With all the star power in this film,
So much star power.
everyone but Philip Baker Hall is basically annoying and completely repulsive. On top of that, this is a live action Disney remake of a movie made for children. No, it does not have children as its primary actors, so it still classifies as a movie I had to watch.
Yes.
This is a live action Disney remake of a movie that only children should watch. Because there's no possible way this was made for adults. At best, I'm going to say 11-year-olds, because at 11, they can discern what's funny and what is Disney. And then, of course, this is Disney. It kind of speaks for itself. Live action and Disney. And then also, it's a remake.
And it's Disney.
And it's also Disney. So I didn't even need to watch this to know how awful it was going to be. But here's the premise for those of you hopefully never having to ever watch this. Typical Disney plot of a dad, tell me if you've heard this before, of a dad who is an absentee dad who isn't connected to his children, who gets something to happen, and in this case, magic dog, and I put this in quote, with saliva and blood transform living things to part dog, part other thing. Except in Tim Allen's case, it's completely different because it bit a human. It's completely different. So instead of it being, like a snake with a dog's tail, in this case, it's Tim Allen who transforms into a dog.
Wow.
It was so different.
What a clever spin.
Because it was Tim Allen, I think.
Yeah.
Because this is stupid, and it's also Disney, and it also is a live-action remake.
Right.
And this helps the story to be funny, as Tim Allen starts acting like a human dog.
Yeah.
Then a bunch of stupid antics happen. The most idiotic inner monologue from Tim Allen as said dog that basically makes him a complete idiot. Wait a minute, maybe that wasn't even the script. This is completely unwatchable and nauseating, and just like any inner dialogue animal movie that also happens to be a Disney live-action remake, this is painful to watch for anyone over the age of 11 and has a minimum of 1/4 of their brain remaining inside their scalp. And Casey, I'm not sure who is more evil, Disney for making this, or you for daring me to see this. This was completely repulsively awful, and Tim Allen is disgustingly gross and not funny whatsoever, except maybe to 11-year-olds, or maybe Murray. I can't tell which one, because I think he's a big fan. This was terrible.
I think Murray would have liked it. Murray loves Tim Allen. It's TV's Tim Allen.
It's TV's Tim Allen. Yeah, please don't anyone ever see this by accident. It is really, truly terrible. The fact that I could find this and not find Crossroads, though, is saying something. I'm not going to say what.
Soon you'll be able to find Crossroads, because Crossroads, I think, has already had like a special presentation in theaters as of late. Yeah,
re-release.
It's 25-year
anniversary.
It's obviously going to get a re-release everywhere, so you'll be able to stream it out the wahoo. Don't need to, though, because I got a hard copy now. Yeah, baby.
Maybe we'll get it, but is it in 4K? Probably not.
No, it's not. If they come out with 4K, I may have to go purchase that for sure.
Although I've already been dared to see it, so
there you go. Well, you already did see it, and it was everything that I was hoping it was going to be for you.
It was truly that.
All right, so we're
Now, what do we got to do this week? We got to
Well-
go Casey, I think.
yeah. Well, I'm thinking we go Casey because there's no way that we can. It's going to be any worse than Shaggy Dog, right? And since it's the both of us this time, I like my
Can't be
odds.
that bad. All right. Well, and just for everybody to know, we have a pretty busy November coming, inclusive of a film festival that we will be attending, which is a documentary film festival by our friends at Calgary Underground Film Fest.
Yep.
So we're going to put some Rage or Dare and the lists on hold for a little bit until we get caught up and I get back in town. So
All right.
Yeah,
So
stay tuned for that.
So I
But
got a little
when we
while
come
to
back-
watch this.
yeah, maybe we'll watch it together because those
Alright.
are always fun.
All right. Well, it's a surprise. It is a remake.
What? Is it an evil remake?
I honestly don't even remember it. I want to say Bruce Willis is in this remake.
Uh-oh.
I could be
Uh-oh.
wrong, but I think it is. It's 2018's.
Mhm.
Y'all ready for this?
Ba, 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 ba.
Death Wish.
Oh, God.
It's Bruce Willis,
Bruce
right?
Willis.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to say
I-
I'm 98% sure.
I'm pretty sure it's awful. I also know I watched it in the theater, and I also know that I don't remember one thing about it. So maybe that's good. Maybe it didn't make that much of an impression on me that, in 5
Yeah.
years I've forgotten about it. So it couldn't have been that bad if I forgot about it, right?
Yeah, I'm going with that.
Yeah. In fact, it's probably good.
I just know the last 10 movies Bruce Willis is in were all terrible. So this is inclusive of that. So
Oh, there you go. Really? Because he was putting out a movie like a week there for a while.
yeah, and this would be probably one of those because he hasn't been acting for about 2 years. So that was pretty close to the end.
He's got some problems. Like, boy,
Yeah,
too bad.
poor guy.
All right.
Now
so,
it's going to be poor us.
yeah.
We have to watch this.
We gotta watch Death Wish 2018. All right, sir. Well, on that note,
Whoa. Thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks to Extended Film Rage family you can find in our show notes. Thanks to Casey, the nerdy photographer, or as we like to call him, our god of rage. Find us on social media everywhere at Film Rage YYC. Check out everything Film Rage at filmrageYYC.com, including our merch site for Redbubble and TeePublic. We are always wanting to make this a raging blast for all listeners, so please comment, like, subscribe, and send us emails to filmragecalgary@gmail.com. Dare us to see terrible fueling movies to fuel our rage, but no matter what you do, please, 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 pretty please, 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 make us a rage. That's it for this week. Rage on.
Rage on.